6 shifts in how I think about the future now. When you're at zero, you want the money today. When you've been doing this for a while, you want the security forever. Today, we're talking about the long game. Welcome to season 17, episode 11 of my podcast, zulftalks.com. This journey is self-funded, no sponsors, no outside investment, powered by the strategy behind trustedcreators.org. When you start building from zero, your entire focus is short-term. You know what? Today you're going to enjoy this because I'm going to break down what I know now versus what I thought before.
Working for yourself, I know you love it. Working for yourself, cause I love it too. Working for yourself, Zulf talks about it, making it easy for you. Working for yourself, go be your own boss. Working for yourself, Zulf will help you along. Working for yourself, powered by trusted creators, zulftalks.com.
There is a mindset shift when you're doing this for as long as I have. Officially, my company is like year 4, year 5 now. And before this, I was self-employed for a long time. When you start building from zero, your entire focus is short term. The next view, the next subscriber, the next sale. But at this journey, it's progressing. My perspective has fundamentally shifted. I've stopped thinking about how to get rich. I've started thinking about how to stay secure. Peace of mind is now my primary metric for success. I want to be able to continue what I'm doing, keep what I've got working its hardest for me to do well in the long term. Why I'm doing this? It's a reality test. It's basically 2025, ending 2025 now. You can just think about it like the world we're building is right now. It's kind of very volatile. The stuff's just like anything can change at a moment's notice. But you can't just hustle and hope for the best. You need a clear view of where you're going. The planning is very important. They say when you're doing well, plan for when you're not going to be doing as well. And ironically, building from zero is the best possible time to set long-term foundations before complexity and pressure creep in. So the timeline, number one, the timeline expansion. I've stopped obsessing over weekly stats. Instead, I measure progress in like every year. I think of it like my company year is going to be this. I know this is how much I'm going to spend, how much I'm going to make. What am I spending on? What am I making? Is that enough? Okay, what do I do with the profits? It's easier that way. Yeah, I know it's going to be difficult depending on what your journey is, but you can scale this to your version. Think about weekly numbers as noise. Long-term direction is signal, because then if you're planning long-term, it means you've got processes in place, things that will earn you over the long run. When you zoom out, better decisions become obvious. And there's a cash versus security issue here, number 2 now. There's a difference between having money in the bank and having long-term financial security. A big payout feels great, but a reliable, reputable system beats a one-off win every time. Having things that pay you regularly, even if it's a lower amount, it's a stable thing to keep your feet on the ground. I'll take it slow. Sustainable win over a fast buck without foundations. So the inflation is a reality. Being aware of inflation changes how you value every pound your business earns. Money sitting still is quietly losing power. Think about it. What we could buy today and what we could buy 10 years ago. How different is it? I went into a shop the other day with like £5. I was barely lucky to get a sandwich and like a drink. Even the meal deals are like £5.50, £6 these days. Whereas in the past, for the £5, you could get a lot more. So it's not the money's changed. It's things are becoming more expensive to buy. And the same money, you feel like, oh, I've earned a tenner, I've got a £5. It's not buying you the same stuff. That awareness has reshaped pricing decisions, reinvestment choices, and how I think about reserves. at trustedcreators.org. So stability requires movement, not just accumulation. Just having money sitting there is not doing the best for it. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying what I'm thinking about doing. Every year I take money out of the company as a salary and then dividends. And I put that into places where I can at least keep up with inflation at some point. I think of it like money I'm protecting, money I'm putting to work, savings, but safely, investments, but optionally. Like, there's opportunity there. You got stocks and shares ISA, you got £20,000 allowance, you can put money into there, which is tax-free. Why not take 20k out of the company every year, put it into a stocks and shares ISA? Both matter, and confusing them creates stress. It's a straightforward choice. You need to think about your position. I'm talking from a point where I've got money. If you're at a point where you don't have the money, you need to find out, obviously, going back through my podcast, how to create your business, making something you love, having a product that you know you can do well. And then as things progress, you fall into success if you're doing it. If you're not, you continue doing it. You don't fail until you stop. So business and building options isn't pressure. If you have to post a video to pay rent, you're trapped. I'm intentionally building what I call a freedom fund. So creativity comes from choice, not desperation. Options create better work. Pressure creates shortcuts. I actively choose what I want to do. I don't work with email people that send me emails saying, you know what, I'm sending you a product to make a video. Here's £100, £200. I'm like, nah, you know what? Sorry. I'm looking for long-term focus. I'm looking for businesses that have like 20k, £30,000 budget and they want 3-4 videos a year at the key moments in time so I can plan and get you a better thing. I want long-term goals. It's not a quick buck. You want connections and long-term goals. And once you find that and when people know you're serious, you've got the peace of mind as a goal. Number 6, at some point, the hustle has to end. Success isn't the car you drive. It's how well you sleep at night. I'll be happy having a £3,000 car parked in the driveway, fully paid off, knowing it's mine, and not impressing the Joneses next door, which is the case. Every neighbor here has got like a BMW or a Audi or something really fancy showing how rich they are. I don't like to compete in that circle. It's a bit petty to me. So I'd rather be quiet and know I'm sorted for the rest of my life than have a car and show someone that I've got a fancy car. It just depends who you are, what you're designing for. I'm designing for a quieter, more stable future, not where consistency matters more than intensity. We are all different. It's hard to explain this in a way if you're not the same type of creator, person. It depends what you're doing in life and what businesses are. But as you know, if you're working in a way that you're constantly shifting how you think about the future, it will help you. Think about what you're doing now, how it can last long term, how it can improve long term, how can you make sure what you're doing today will help you tomorrow. Is a big change in the recent news, AI, any of this going to affect you? If it is, you have to be able to adapt quickly. What can you do now that would help you work around that or use that to your benefit? How can things going on recently help you? There's loads of ideas out there, but it's just you need to be careful with what you listen to, where you invest your time. And remember, if you're not doing it and you're not in it, learning about it all the time can become, like we mentioned in the other episode, a bit of a burden for you and overwhelm you where you end up doing nothing at all. And that's not where we want to be at the moment. We want to keep our key areas that I talked about today, like the timeline and expansion, cash versus security, considering the inflation reality, saving versus investing and what that involves, and the advice you need to seek around that if you need to do that, and building options and not pressure, as well as peace of mind is the goal, like number 6. So these are a few key elements that I wanted to touch with you today, because I feel like we're at a point now, we're on like the penultimate episode, because the episode next one is what I would do if I start again today. And that is interesting because I think sometimes, well, I'll keep that for the next episode. I'll see you in the next episode. It would be really good if you can leave a review wherever you're listening to this. The show resources are available at zulftalks.com.